Our journey begins on Monday morning, the 7th of June. I had planned to record a proper intro on the day, however, being grumpy and tired, that quickly slipped off the priority list, and this was all I managed to say. Cheers. Before we go any further though, as you can see, I'm in the south of England, not the Himalayas, so you may be wondering what an Everesting triathlon actually is. Everesting is a very simple but brutally hard endurance challenge. Pick a hill and complete repeats up it until you've climbed 8,848 metres in elevation gain, the equivalent height of Mount Everest. Most people who complete an Everesting do so on a bike, but some do it running. At the time of making this video, according to the everesting.cc website, which oversees and verifies Everesting attempts, there have been 7,763 successful Everestings on a bike and 463 running. So how does an Everesting triathlon work? A triathlon is a multi-sport event consisting of a swim, bike and a run in that order. For the swim portion, I'm not sure if swimming uphill is even possible. But either way, since I'm not a salmon, I'm just going to swim 8,848 metres. For the bike segment, you ride up and down a hill until 8,848 metres of elevation gain has been climbed, and the same for the run. The key point to note though on the run is that descending can be done on a bike or in a car to save your knees. The clock starts when you start swimming and doesn't stop until the run section is complete.
How far?
Just over 9.
Wow!
Cheers. That's the swim done, 9 kilometres in total. I did an extra lap just to make sure I did the full distance so I don't have to do it again. 3 hours 20 in total, which I'm pretty happy with. I've only done 2 training swims this year and I didn't swim in 2020, so that probably went as well as it could have gone. Choosing a hill for a bike Everesting is a bit of a trade-off. Too shallow, you have to ride a very long way to climb the required elevation. Too steep, and you risk sapping the strength from your legs too early on. After sifting through many candidates, I settled on Dover's Hill. It's 1.4 kilometres in length, averaging a 10% gradient. Importantly though, it maintains a very consistent gradient throughout, making it easier to settle into a rhythm and measure my effort. Each ascent would add 137 metres to the 8,848 metre elevation gain target, meaning 65 ascents would need to be completed. Here we go. With 5 hours into the bike, over 20 ascents completed and 3,000 metres of elevation gain climbed. But the challenge is starting to take its toll, and as a result, the time taken to complete each rep has grown from 10 minutes out to 13. There is still a decent amount of daylight left, but it's important to make the most of it before the stressful stint in the dark that requires more focus and more energy. "23 hours, 65 ascents and 180 kilometres covered. Swim and bike down, just the run to go."
Get that onto the old Strava.
How'd you feel?
Very tired. Happy.
Yeah, happy.
Trying to make the most of the happiness for about an hour and a bit until
Yeah, don't think about
I
it.
start running, and I feel the same way I did at the start of the bike. Unlike the bike, steeper tends to be better when choosing a hill for a run Everesting. The steeper gradient isn't as noticeable on foot, yet it results in less distance needing to be covered. For that reason, I've chosen Willesey Hill, a 900-metre stretch at a 12% gradient. Just over 80 repetitions would be required to complete the run Everesting.
Let's go!
Hello, I'm still going. I think we just crossed the 40-hour mark. We're making good progress on the run. And I use the word run very loosely. I think I've climbed about 2,200 metres in total, so just coming up to a quarter of the way through. As the sun rises on the Wednesday morning, it's been almost 48 hours since I enjoyed the luxury of being indoors. I'm feeling confident that the worst is behind me, and although my tiredness is growing, the 10 hours of low-intensity walking has allowed my legs to recover. My feet, however, are slowly beginning to fall apart from the constant pedalling and walking. For the first time, the end is somewhat in sight, but there's still many more reps and a whole lot more suffering to endure first. I'm about 50 reps in or so now, 50 something, I don't know, but it's boiling now. It's coming to about 2 p.m, but there is just no place to hide at the moment. No shade whatsoever. ,6,000 metres down, which means we're through the weird nether zone that is a 3k to 6k mark, where you feel like you're never going to finish, but it's all downhill from here. I had hoped to be finished with some daylight remaining. However, despite a nearly continuous effort for the last 17 hours, it's becoming clear that I'm going to have to do one final stint in the dark to get to the finish. This is it, everyone. I've just crossed 8,800 metres in elevation gain on the run, walk, shuffle, whatever I'm doing now. This is my very, very last rep. I'm about 66 hours in. One of the reasons for undertaking this challenge was to raise money for the Wildlife Trusts, a collection of 46 local charities across the UK who undertake some great projects to conserve and promote nature. So far, we've managed to raise almost £1,500 thanks to some very kind donations. For anyone interested, I'll leave the link to my Just Giving page in the description.